What happened? Why did this happen? Why did that happen? But the most difficult question I had to get through was, how did I get here? And the answer was even more brutal. The answer was, I drove here. I had something to do with it. You can't change something until you own it. It's hard to look in the mirror and say, how did I get here? And have the answer be, I drove here. I had something to do with it. It's uncomfortable to admit that, well, I made some bad decisions. I made some investments I shouldn't have made. I had something to do with it. When that man sold me that house for no money down, I should have told him what he could do with that house. Huh? When I signed that adjustable rate mortgage, we all know these things only adjust upwards. So the idea of I drove here is empowering, because the other side of it is, if I drove here, that means I can drive out of here. I have to own it. I finally had to understand what my mama used to say to me, where she would say, boy, the cavalry is not coming. Ain't no backup. The most urgent question today is not so much as what are my values and who are we? The urgent question in these times of constant change is, how exactly are you going to navigate these new realities? Put another way, what are you going to do? The answer is reimagine life. All of us have had to reimagine our lives at times, whether we wanted to or not. And you know what? I'd bet that the most radical personal changes we've made in our lives weren't triggered by our ideas. They were triggered by life happening. Someday, you're going to lose someone that you love. And you're going to have to reimagine your whole life. And let me tell you something. Will nothing make you reimagine life like the loss of a loved one? Unless you've been there, ain't nobody can prepare you to understand how totally your life is going to change. It all comes down to time. That is all we got. You can lose a house, get a new house. Lose a job, get a new job. But when you lose the person that you love more than life, that's irreplaceable. You can make money, you can lose money. You can't make time. You could say to every person you meet over the next couple of days, how much time you got to work before you're eligible for retirement? People know. How much gas is in the car? People know. How much time you got left in your life? Don't nobody know? Time is the ultimate luxury. Some of us get more than others. Some of us get more than we deserve. But none of us know how much we have left in our lives. We just don't know. I've been telling people for a long time, if you're doing something that you're not passionate about or committed to, then you're compromising yourself every day. And you know what? You cannot fake the funk for long. Work less. What does that mean? That means I am no longer willing to do anything just to make money. No matter how good I am at it, I am no longer willing to spend another moment, a second, a minute of my life doing something just to make money. And the truth of the matter is, when you're doing something, though, that you're tremendously excited about, that you're passionate about, that you're committed to, you're probably going to be working harder than you ever worked in your life. But when you're loving it, that's not work, is it? Huh? That's not work. I'm telling you, make more money. What does that mean? What does that mean? In my case, cut all these expenses, man. How many houses can you live in at one time? How many cars can you drive at one time? And get some people out of your pocket. And you know, maybe it's time for a lot of us to not be looking for a job. Maybe it's time for us to be starting to find our button and then hit it. Find it and be bold enough to go after it and accept the fact that ain't nobody got to dig it but you. That's the hard part, because a lot of times we want to have some external validation, like it's okay, it's a good thing, it's all right for you to do that. Hey, ain't nobody got to dig it but you. There'll be more yesterdays than there will be tomorrows. And when you find that button, and I can't tell you how to find it, the truth of the matter is a lot of us probably already know, man, you got to push it. And remember this, baby steps count too, as long as you're going forward. Dr. Martin Luther King put it best for me when he once said, you may not see the whole staircase, but you got to take the first step. We all take strides when we're clear, we're certain, and there's no obstacles. You got to take them baby steps sometimes when you don't know. So the button thing is front and center for a lot of us right now. We're looking to discover what's next in our lives, working, volunteering, starting a business. All this change we're talking about is getting people to ask questions like, how do I use my years of experience to achieve success on my terms? How do I retool my skills for the new economy? How do I deepen relationships with families and friends? Where does fun come in? There are ordinary, passionate people all over the places that are doing things that they're truly passionate about, pursuing big ideas, innovative solutions, being entrepreneurial. Think about that. The idea of being a creator is probably a little unsettling. And it's so contrary to the life course we've grown accustomed to, the steady job, career trajectory, and so on. But you know why? Because this is life reimagined. This is changing things up. And always be mindful that the cavalry is not coming. Ain't no backup. So what am I going to do? I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do 3 things. I'm going to work less, make more money, and enjoy my life.